Hello everybody, welcome back to Invisible UX. Going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to start with some Figma tutorials. So it's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I think I've provided some good reviews on Springboard's courses and always happy to answer any questions or comments that anybody has, but really want to expand the channel and provide some education tutorials around Figma, which in my opinion is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, pieces of software to learn and become familiar with if you're in the product design, user experience design fields. So today's video is going to be just an introduction, a very high level overview to Figma. We're looking at the main UI. Later videos will go deeper into the UI. So really, Figma, a lot of the UX design tools do very similar things, but in different ways. But what really makes Figma stand out is its collaboration power. So you can have many people in one file simultaneously and move around different pieces. So it's even, at one point in files, it's almost seemed like a beehive. There's so many different cursors. I think for that reason, it's really great, especially with our industry, the UX industry, being so remote friendly. We're rarely all in an office together at the same time. We're collaborating across different time zones, across different geographies, different parts of the world. So I think when this collaboration aspect was first developed, it was really smart. So we're going to provide a very high level overview of the Figma UI, and we'll go into greater detail in later videos. So up top, all the way to the left, we've got the Figma menu, file, edit, view, all very similar and familiar commands. We've got the cursor selection. We've got frames, which we'll go into in greater detail in later videos. We've got the object types. We've got the pen or pencil tool, text, of course, and then components, plugins, and widgets, which we'll get into in a much later, more advanced video. So we've got the pan, and then what's going to be very important, the commenting feature. Okay, so to the left, we have our left menu, two major categories, layers and assets, right? So we'll get into those in greater detail in later videos. You've got your search tool. You can filter the items or the types of items that you're searching for, as well as where they're located. Again, we'll get into greater detail. And you've got your page menu. So in the middle, we have the sort of file options. So you can duplicate your file. You can double click to save Visible UX. There you go. You can also move it to different projects and you can delete it. So we'll go into greater detail on being able to move to different projects as well. So to the right in the top menu, you've got yourself. If there are other people currently in the file, you'll be able to see them kind of aligned on the top here with their avatars or their initials. The share menu, again, critical to the collaboration aspect of Figma, being able to share and control what kind of privileges the different people that you've shared your file with have. Very cool and strong features there that we'll get into at a later time. So you can quickly copy a link to that file. The triangle, the play button, it's the view prototype function. So we don't actually have anything to view at this moment, but we'll get pretty deep into prototyping at a later time. Your view options all the way to the right of that top bar. So your typical zoom in, zoom out, snap to grids, outlines, and comments. So we'll dig into that a little deeper as well. Finally, all the way to the right, you've got your right menu. So you've got the design menu. Nothing really to look at because there's hasn't really been anything created in this file yet. But this will be a pretty strong feature. It's really similar to the properties toolbar of Sketch or any of your Adobe Creative Suite pieces of software. So once you have something, you can adjust different properties. You can adjust stroke, effects. You have multiple objects. You can now start to adjust your layout and alignment. Okay, so all high-level previews. We'll dig into this later on. Prototype is really cool. So that is where you control the sort of actions as you go from screen to screen. You can apply different effects and control your speed with which the certain transitions are made. And inspect, again, we'll look into this deeper, but it's really useful for developers to look at the code used to create the visual compositions that we're looking at. Okay, so that's it for the intro. Very high level. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. I really can't wait to dive into it because going over this stuff helps me as much as it helps you. So looking forward to going on this journey with you over the next few videos. As always, if you have any questions about Figma or any comments, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to acknowledge them. Until next time, take care.